The Twistie Test Championship continues with Dean Elgar and Rassie van der Dussen unbeaten at the crease against Afghanistan on day 3. South Africa 47 for 1. There's an edge off the first ball of the day's play from Elgar, and it's going to race away. It will eventually trickle to the boundary line, but today we've got a bit of a big day here for South Africa. The weather's quite nice. It looks like it is going to be a fairly reasonable batting day on this wicket. Plenty of runs to be had, and at the moment South Africa will be looking at batting Afghanistan out of the game. At the moment their lead is currently 152. They would hope for that to be somewhere between 400 and 500 ahead by the end of the day's play, and Afghanistan will be looking to restrict that lead to as much as possible. Obviously, they knocked the South Africans over for 350 in the first innings. If they do that again, they'll still be chasing a massive total of around 400, 450. So, early wicket's the key. And Rashid Khan gets the one of Rassie van der Dussen, who top scored with 100 in that first innings. The wrong un here just sort of beat him in flight, I think, because he wasn't playing the correct line of the ball. So Rashid Khan doing a bit of work with the ball, getting that big breakthrough that they needed here to begin the day. 83 for 2. And now Faf du Plessis out in the middle with Elgar. Jeez, if the Afghan side get a couple of direct hits, or there's a couple of half chances in the field they could have maybe capitalised a little bit on better, they would be in a really strong position. Dean Elgar's brought up a 50 for himself, by the way. I've totally missed that celebration. Well done to whoever was editing that together. As Faf du Plessis cuts this one away. It's going to be a very challenging time here for the South Africans. Because they do want, obviously, to get the runs, but they don't want to be losing too many wickets. At the moment, 220 that lead. It's probably going to be enough, 220, which is what you would say in a regulation match. But this is not a regulation match. This is a Cricket 19 simulation, and we know how well the AI loves to bat and bat and bat and bat at times. Sometimes they can be good, sometimes not so good. So definitely we'll wait and see on how that's going. This one slashed away with a big drive from Elgar. Picks up 4 more runs, moves to 75 as South Africa bring up the 150. So they're just piling on the runs at the moment. There's an edge and it's dropped. So missed chance to take the wicket off Dean Elgar. This time Zahir Khan getting the outside edge, just turning the ball away from him. And Rashid trying to do similar sort of a thing to grab that outside edge, or maybe the inside edge of the bat. Unfortunately, they just haven't found a way through at the moment of Dean Elgar, who's going to push himself toward the 90s, but he's on 89 now. Is that lead jumping up towards 250. Got him! Completely bowled him. There was a little bit of a bottom edge onto the stumps here from Elgar, so a really poor shot in the end. A little bit disappointing from his point of view. Shot really wasn't there to be played, to be honest. He's just moving his whole body away from the ball, trying to play it really wide, but that'll take us to the end of the first session, and Dean Elgar really disappointing. The only wicket to fall so far this morning, or the second wicket to fall this morning after Rassie van der Dussen was also bowled by Rashid Khan. So it's Faf du Plessis and Quinton de Kock, the captains of their respective formats. De Kock obviously the shorter form captain of the international cricket side, du Plessis. Is du Plessis still going around? I feel like he's retired, but maybe he's still going around. Anyway, he's going to leave the wicket, leave the pitch here. He's been dismissed by Zahir Khan after he's hit one off the toe of the bat into the gloves of the wicketkeeper. South Africa 175 for 4. Their lead 250 at the moment. Temba Bavuma in with Quinton de Kock, both two reasonably new men to the crease. So a little bit of an opportunity here for Afghanistan. If they can just get one more wicket, it gets them ever so closer to that tail end. We know South Africa bat reasonably deep in their batting order, but if they can just keep creating doubt, maybe eventually they'll be able to get another breakthrough and, you know, maybe only be chasing 350, 360. That would be a really... I mean, it's still obviously a massive total, 350 to chase in the fourth innings, but you just never know what's possible. At the moment, South Africa will be focused on creating a partnership here between De Kock and Bavuma. Pulled away nicely by Quinton. And again, we've seen the big boundaries out here. The ball's sort of just holding up in the outfield, and they're able to be fielded for just a couple of runs. This is going to be close. Keeper's end. Oh, gee. Again, we talk about the fielding of Afghanistan. If the keeper's able to just grab that ball, whip the stumps off, could be another wicket to fall. At lead 300 now. Big shout. And out. Okay. Not sure what it was for. I think it might have been caught out. There was definitely an inside edge onto the pad in the end there. I thought initially it was going to be given LBW, but no, the wicket was given as caught out. So good stuff here from the Afghanistan side. 5 for 231. They get another wicket. Unfortunately, again, they're still so far behind in the game that South Africa have the luxury of just batting for a long period of time. There's still 2 more days in this test match remaining if required for the South Africans to not only... Oh, that's a great shot. Just a bad delivery that's been absolutely spanked down the leg side. But they've just got so much time at the crease to put on runs as much as they can. And then they'll have plenty of time as well with the ball to take these wickets. So it really is, the game is all on the shoulders of the South Africans at the moment as to whether or not they want to declare. There's a wicket though. Another one. An outside edge gets Bavuma again. Again, it's Zahir Khan, who's actually provided a lot of goods today. Good work by the keeper there as well. Hasn't been super sharp in the field, but that is a nice sharp catch. A little bit of teleportation helping out as well. 6 for 253. Notki and Rabada in. And, oh, another one. This time, Notki chopping on from the bowling of Rashid. And now there's a bit of hope for Afghanistan. They've bowled very, very well today. They've taken 6 wickets across the two sessions almost that we've played out. 255 for 7 is the South African score. They've got 2 fresh batsmen out in the middle, Pretorius and Rabada, who did bowl a fair few overs in that opening innings, so they wouldn't be feeling super fresh as we see an outside edge from Rabada go to ground. Not sure if it carried, but it's a missed chance from the South Africans regardless, or from the Afghan side regardless. Anyways, we see an outside edge from Algar that went for 4 there on the highlights reel. But the end of the second session, 286 for 7. They're in a really strong position, South Africa, at the moment. They've got a 365-run lead. There's still 2 days left in the test. Do you want to give yourself extra rest time after the test? There's an outside edge that goes for 4. But they just want to keep batting and see how far ahead this lead can be. Oh, goodness. The yawns are coming in hot as well. Bloody hell, I did criticise myself for yawning in a video one time, in a reaction video, but at the moment, we're just going to keep going because South Africa's batting is just not a lot happening as the new ball, I think, is available for Afghanistan to take. We've played the 80 overs out. That's nice from Rabada. It's fine. It'll be 4. And who knows, maybe there's a 50 up in there for this tail ender. These tail enders, it's a pretty good partnership. They've pushed that lead beyond 400 now. Surely you wouldn't want to spend too much time with your main seamers out in the middle. At the moment, I think South Africa are happy to do whatever is required of them. 416 runs the lead. There's a big shout there. The finger goes up and it is a big wicket. Rabada's going to depart. He's going to depart her. And it's actually Asghar Afghan who's come into bowl and taken that wicket. So, did something with the bat, or at least provided a bit of a score with the bat, and has done something nice with the ball as well. Hendricks out there with Pretorius as the South Africans really just going about their business however they like right now. And there's really no end in sight for when they're going to stop batting other than losing these 2 wickets. Lead up to 4:30 with that stroke to the boundary. As we don't have too much longer remaining in the day's play. Maybe only an over or 2, or this could be that final over as Pretorius picks up 2, picks up a half century for his troubles. He's excited about it. 3 fours throughout that little period for him. And there's another one really hooking that away. South Africa approach 400. They've now piled on an extra run, 120 runs for the last wicket stand. Well, the last 2 wickets. It's been very handy from them. And that last ball of the day, they're happy to let it go through to the keeper. So at the end of day 3, South Africa put themselves in a very commanding position. They have an absolutely massive lead here. It's 465 runs over Afghanistan, with the top score for this session being Dean Elgar at the top of the order on 89. But Dwayne Pretorius has put on 65 runs as well. Well, 63 not out unbeaten, by the way. And at the end of the day, South Africa lead by 476 runs. A lot of work to do for Afghanistan as we head into day 4, where it could be the final day's play. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.